Morning everybody. How are we doing today? How are you doing out there in that lovely sunshine and stuff? I'm just getting my chair. So she walking backwards. What a lovely view you must have. There we are. There we are. There we are. Okay, so what's going on today then? Oh, there we are. We had some fabulous blocks done yesterday, girls. Well done. Look. I don't know if they've come out very clear. I don't know that the colour's very good on my printer. But lots of lovely points going on. Well done. Lots of accuracy. All sorts of nice colours and fabrics. Excellent. I do like some of your stashes. They're very jolly stashes. Better than mine. What are we going to do today? I haven't put Piglet on. Oh, see, I'm all out of whack today. It's been a bit of a strange one. I'm going to do that. I'll put him over there. All right. So there we are. Today's block number 5. It's got to be about time we did a bit of applique, really, isn't it? Yeah. And I was trying to think, oh, what can we do? What's going to be okay? What can everybody have a little go at? It's actually quite difficult from my perspective here because I'm not sure, obviously, as I'm yapping at you, wittering at you, whether or not you're actually getting my meaning. I think you are because I'm getting lovely photos, so this is good. Right, so applique. Could be you want to use Bondaweb. Could be you want to do needle turn. Could be you just want to cut a bit and a little bit of sticky and machine round it. That will do. Bit of handwork. Whatever you want. I'm watching Tom down here. He's just walking in behind me. Because he can be a little bit of a one and he'll have a little go if he's not getting the attention he wants. So we're just going to say morning Tom. There we are. He's gorgeous and he's now checking to see what little Piglet's doing. Right, so the first thing we want is something to applique onto, isn't it? So my thought was, well, excuse me, because it's so lovely out there, we could have a garden. I think we're going to do a garden, all right? So at least that's what I'm going to do. I think actually I ought to put an option in here. If there's any applique block that you love, you go and do it. Is that good? Because I know not everyone's going to want to do this. So what I've done first off, I don't know if you can see that there. Dirty. I've just made up, out of all my scraps, a 12.5-inch square. All right. They're not necessarily straight. They're all a little bit wonky. But it was from scraps, so it's a little bit of a crazy thing going on. That's fine. You could just use one plain piece of fabric. If you've got something that's got, what do they call it, ombre, where it changes from one side to the other, that could be really nice. So, 12.5-inch square. What I've done in order to keep mine subdued in colour, because you may have noticed I like bright things, I've turned a lot of my fabrics round so that if you're actually looking at the back there, if you look, that's what it would have been, which is possibly a bit bright for what I want to be doing, because you're not going to notice what I put on top and it will defeat the object. So if your colours and your fabrics you think are a bit too bright, do have a little look and see what does the back look like. And can we use the back on this occasion? All right. The other thing I've done, ready to play, is I've drawn a line all the way around the back. Okay, so that I know that when it comes to it, I've got my 12-inch there all ready to do. To put things together with the other blocks for the sashings and whatever else we decide to do with it. Because if we don't do that, if I intend embellishing the hell out of this if I get time. And trying to put a ruler on top of buttons or lace or stuff to get a flat 12 inch is going to be an absolute nightmare. So I sort of generally make it a rule whenever I'm doing applique, no matter what, that if I need a defining line on the outside at the back, I put it on before I start. All right, so that's maybe a good thing to remember anyway. So the general thought of this one is supposed to be garden. Okay, right, so we got a bit of greenery down the bottom and we got a bit of sky up here, and it's all blue because actually it's glorious out there again in Cornwall. It has to be said, to be enforced staycation or whatever you want to call it, what weather they're giving us to do it in. I have to stay down here anyway. Right, so I'm going to have this in front of me like that. What sort of Bondaweb are we going to do? Well, what sort of Bondaweb? Duh. What sort of applique are we going to do? I tend to use Bondaweb. All right, I know there's all sorts of myths and horrors about this on occasion. All right, I think the main thing with Bondaweb, if you've got any lurking, you have to keep it flat. or curled as it comes. Yeah, don't be folding it or letting it get damp, because if you fold it or let it get damp, the gluey side tends to come away, doesn't it? But that's usually mistreatment of the Bondaweb, and if we all treated it a bit better, we wouldn't have the issues. I've actually got, hang on, let me see if I can reach it. Let's see, up here, stretch, 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 stretch. Look, how lovely is that? Any of you that are knitters will know that's for your long knitting needles. But it's the most amazing way of keeping your Bondaweb, keeping it fresh and happy, so that we're not swearing and having to buy every 10 minutes. All right. Goes for other, probably I would say other types of fusible web. I tend to say Bondaweb because obviously that's what I use. All right. So I also find with the Bondaweb, because I have a habit, I'm naughty, I put several layers of fabric on to build up pictures and things, and that keeps it more flexible. Some of the others are a little bit too harsh and solid, and you get a real sort of cardboard effect. So I quite like this one. Anyway, so I was going to explain a little bit to this for you. All right, so we have a gluey side which feels rough, all right, underneath, and we have a smooth side that's a bit like greaseproof paper, and that's where you can draw. All right, so what I'm going to do is I want some flowers, and I think I want some stems and possibly some leaves. I'm not sure where this is going to go with this. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go, oh dear, I'm drawing some strangeness going on here. I've just got some oh hang on, and some little ones, and maybe one the other way. These are all sort of leafy things. All right, where they've sort of wibbled and wobbled, I'll straighten them up when I get to do things. Now, let me hold this in your face, folks. Can you see any of that? I'm not sure that you can. Okay, where's my marker pen gone? I had one of them here the other day, didn't I? Do. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stand up and show it right in your face. I'm a little bit tender today, can you tell? The back's not overly happy. Right, there you go. Can you see it now? Good. Right. So there's some leafies and grass and things like that. That's jolly. And then I'm going to draw some real simple daisies. All right, so I'm going to go round, 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 round. And maybe round, 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 round. Different sizes. These could be, you might have templates. That would be cool. You could be using templates. I know my mate Andy from Crafty UK, he makes templates, and he's got all sorts. He makes me daisies, because I have a thing about daisies. But these, I've just done these ones as round ones. So I'm going to have a few little circles as well, because I want those to go in the centre of my daisies. Now, when you're designing, it's generally thought it's better to have an odd number of things, okay? Whether or not that's good for you, I don't know, but I'll just mention that. So what I would do with this now is I will get my paper scissors, not my fabric scissors, all right? You listening? No fabric scissors with the Bondaweb at the time. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out roughly, all right, around my design piece, okay, that I've drawn. So this is all the green stuff, okay, so I've got loads of green stuff going on there. I can probably get another little one in there and all. There we go. Right, so I'm going to use this as my dark, okay, and now in a minute, when you're not here, I'm going to iron that on the back of my fabric. So when you're ironing on your Bondaweb and your designy bits, make sure that the rough side is down on the fabric and not on your iron. You could be well peed off with me if not, all right? It needs to be down, rough side down on the back of your fabric, okay? Right, so when you've ironed that on nicely, let it cool, all right? Another important thing. Once it's cooled, then you can cut it out on the line of your design. Now, by doing that, you get a really good edge, okay, and it will stop it fraying and stuff on the edge of it. If you cut it before, it all gets a little bit fiddly. So do it once you've got a nice big piece of Bondaweb on your fabric, then cut out your detail. All right, so I'm going to do that in a bit. So I've got lots of greenery going up and down there, and then what I'll do is I'll cut my daisy bits out, and I'll probably stick them on this one because I've got some real good pink circly bits going on in the little flowery ones. I quite like the look of that. I think that might work. And I could have, I think, some of the yellow in the centres. Now, I do have a slight issue in that my two tie colours ain't necessarily going to do a lot of job in this one. I have put one in the back, but I've turned it around, so you can't even tell that it is a tie colour. So I might have to add something creative to make it look, I don't know. I'm going to have to play with that one. I've made a hard job for myself there. Never mind. Right, so anyway, so once I've ironed that on and I've cut it out, I'm then going to cut out really carefully my fabric, and I need to take the paper off of the back of the piece of fabric. Right, now you could spend hours going click, 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 fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. I've killed the edges of my fabric. Or you could just get your scissors very carefully and then just score it in the middle of the paper. All right, so and then just gently peel it off from the centre. So much easier. All right, so you now got this flappy piece of greenery, for me anyway, and you lay it where you want. And what I tend to do, because I'm designing as I'm going here, and I should imagine you possibly will be as well, I'll cut all of those out, and I'll take off all of the papers, and I'll start playing. Where do I want things to go? What they're going to look like? Is it good? Is it not? Don't know. This might work, it might not work at all, but it's going to keep us occupied. So I'm going to put all my greenery down, and then I'll probably iron it all into place. And again, make sure you've got your gluey side down on your fabric, because otherwise it's going to stick on your iron. Okay. Bear in mind also, whatever you draw on your paper, on your back side, on the back of, or the reverse of your Bondaweb. Oh dear, I'm losing it, aren't I? It's going to reverse the pattern when you start to stick it onto here. All right. This particular design, it really doesn't matter, and this is why I'm doing it, so that you're not going to be worried about, have I reversed my bit of paper, have I not, what do I need to do, ooh, help. Right, we don't want any of that. Ooh, look, Piggy going off at me already. So anyway, so we're going to iron that. We're going to cut it out, we're going to take off the paper, we're going to put it on here. I'm then going to repeat the process with my yellows and me flowery ones, and then I'm going to put them on here within all the greenery, and I'm going to iron them all into place as well, and see what sort of a garden I get, because I think that might be quite interesting. Now, once I've done this, if I get left alone for half an hour today, might not, I'm going to start doing a little bit of embroidery and like handwork on it. So I've already gone through a bit of my stash today, and I've got a whole stack of buttons. Look at these. Some of these are Fimo, made by my mate Birdie out there, who makes lovely buttons all for yourself. There's I don't know, that looks like, I don't know if you can see that, that looks like a little bumblebee, and we've got butterfly, and we've got some dragonflies, and we've just got general flowery shapes. Oh look, ladybug, that'd be quite good. And then a bit of artistic license in the sizings of things here, folks. I've got 4 pussycats going on here, because actually we've got 3 pussycats indoors that are ours, and we have a ginger one, a grey one, and a mummy one, and she's like a tortoiseshell. So I'm gonna get my marker pens later and paint mummy cat. And then I've also put a black one in, because Tom seems to be in here most days, so I'm going to put Tom in the garden as well. So there we are. So I'm going to have lots of greenery, lots of buttons, might have a bit of stitchery, and then I found this lovely lace. Now, this actually looks like dragonflies, but what I thought I might do is I'm just going to take a short length of it, and then get myself a thread, and I'm going to whittle in and out and in and out and in and out to the end, and then I'm going to pull it taut into a circle, and that will give you a nice frilly edge flower. I thought that might be quite nice on there, so I might do a couple of those, and then I might put some little buttons in the middle of them. All right, we'll see what happens. What I'm saying to you today, folks, is go out and play, be a bit creative. What have you got? What can we do? What can we use? if you really hate that idea, as I say, go find yourself another bit of applique pattern that you like, and we'll do that as a block. All right. Tom's just jumped off the table up into the gods for the foreseeable. He's obviously done enough exercise for the day. That's fair enough. Right, so generals of the day. I've got a tin mine behind me today, or at least he's an engine house. Pattern for that over on abbyann.com. Have you phoned your mates? Did you have a nice little witter last night with them? Are they all okay? Is everybody happy? Do you know what? It's really quite nice because last night I got some messages from a couple of different people who I wouldn't necessarily normally get any messaging from, but I would see out and about, and that was lovely. Thank you, folks. I appreciated that. So yeah, so have we checked up on everybody? Is everybody okay? I hope everybody's well. I so hope everybody's well. And doing everything that we're told to do. Stay indoors, or at least stay isolated. That's probably a better way of putting it, isn't it? Okay, so what else have we got? Have I got anything else on my list here today? Probably not. Double snuggle we'll have a little look at tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get this one done today so that you can see what goes on. All right, now if that all was a bit garbled, it might make some more sense tomorrow. Okay, so wishing you all well, love and hugs and all that happiness and sunshine, and behave. All right, go say hello to someone, be lovely. All right, bye bye.